So you consider yourself a completionist.
When it comes to some things, like if they released a sequel tomorrow to Lost in Translation, I feel like I'd be like, saw the first one. Been there.
Been there, done that.
Lived that hell. But yeah, no, for the most part, like I kind of want to know the full. It's the reason why I doubt I'll ever get on the Doctor Who bandwagon.
Yeah.
Or play any of the Final Fantasy games.
Right.
Or
sure.
You know,
yeah.
Tell any or wish any of my friends happy birthday.
You recently mentioned on the show though that you started watching Mad Max, but you started in the middle.
Well, I watched Fury Road, which I mean, yes and no in the middle because it's as we discussed, it's sort of considered a reboot.
Soft reboot.
And then watched the follow-up, which is a prequel to it, Furiosa, and that was just kind of a weird dud.
I feel like this is a wrong that needs to be corrected, and I know you haven't watched Mad Max, so let's watch some Mad Max.
You know, when I suggested that we do this, you know, that I make you watch a movie, you make me watch a movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be fun. It sounded to me like, you know, wow, we're really going to broaden each other's film horizons. We will get the opportunity to bless each other with some real good cinema. And week after week, you just show me nudity. It's just boobs and butts.
You know, you go back far enough in the cinematography and it's just more common, it seems that way, I guess. Unless you're watching Mary Poppins.
Oh, you get the director's cut. It's entirely different. Hello and welcome to the Movie Men Podcast.
We are the B for Butts team.
The B for, the boobs, butts, and B team. That's Carl.
That's Brady.
And it was Carl's pick this week.
Now, I felt a little shoehorned here.
Why? You didn't have to. There was no reason. There was no reason.
You said that you're going to watch it with the fella you were watching the other ones with eventually.
It wasn't even on your list.
It is on my list.
Was it?
Yeah.
Why?
So I was like, well, I can't have him watch it and it's on my list and it wasn't one of my picks. That doesn't seem right. So I felt a little like I gotta make him. I gotta use it as a pick. I don't know. Just felt right.
I guess, but like
I didn't have to.
No.
But that's the whole point of feeling shoehorned. You don't have to do something, but you feel like you do.
It's not on your list.
Is it not?
Oh, no, it is.
Yeah. I thought I was pretty damn sure
it's on your list right below The Sixth Sense and right above The Patriot. And you were like, no.
Well, when I made the list, I went by like actor.
Right. It makes sense. Right. Because Mel Gibson's not in The Sixth Sense at all. But
he's in The Patriot.
Is he? I don't know. I haven't seen it. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. I warned. I knew this was going to be bad. I was not expecting good things.
You warned me incorrectly, though, because I will say this. Like, we have to do our initial impressions, but I will say this. You said 80% of the film is just driving in cars, and it's really not.
No, it wasn't.
It's really not.
I tried to time it, and it worked out to about 5 minutes.
In fact,
when I say driving in cars, I mean like the car is driving across
yeah,
a scenic route, and there's no pursuit, there's no action. It's not in the heat of something. It's just like the person's traveling from point A to point B.
In fact, I would say that statement, although not true for this film, is actually probably true for Fury Road. Like, they're kind of just in the cars the whole time, just driving. That's like the majority of that movie, but whatever. So Mad Max 1979. Before we give our initial impressions, Carl texted me this morning. He's like, "Hey man, I got a really sick idea for a way to plug the Patreon. So can you carve out a little bit of time for me at the start of the episode?" And I was like, "Sure. You also owe me your text post for for Patreon." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll get right on that." And I'll be like, "Cool, because you have until Friday night to get it to me." And he was like, "Oh yeah, no problem. I'll send it to you Friday morning." But anyways, go ahead, plug the Patreon.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Play along, asshole. Just say something about. We've got a Patreon page.
We have Patreon.
Yeah, and there's
you give us money, you get perks. Why are we plugging this at the beginning?
Because
we never plug it at the beginning.
Because no self-respecting ass is going to listen to the end of a Mad Max episode.
They will listen so that they know what not to watch.
Yeah. Anyways,
they'll listen to an hour of this so they don't have to sit through an hour and a half of that.
We got a bunch of fun things going up on our Patreon page in the last little bit. Some things that I was hoping Carl was going to plug, because one of them is his idea and he has helped implement and is now in motion, and he's sitting here looking stupid as if he's never heard of Discord. So
what's a Discord?
You just tell the people about the New Movie Men Discord.
We have a Discord. We have this thing, Brady, Pete, and I.
Well, we all have our own
on Facebook
things.
With Facebook chat, you know, you can have a Facebook chat group, and we call our Facebook chat group the Movie Men Three-Way, because we're like that.
Innuendos. Innuendo.
And it's fun. Like we send like GIFs and little clips of interviews and stuff to each other, and it's fun. And I thought,
cat videos.
Why don't we make something where you guys, if you're supporting us, you can get in on that too and join us in the conversations of between episodes about what we talked about, and share little things you've learned about a movie that
very
other people might not.
But yes, so now if
you can talk to us too.
If you support us at any level on Patreon,
50 cents.
You can that's not a level. If you support us at any one of our tiers on Patreon, you can
85 cents.
Join our Patreon. Son of a, see what you're doing. You can join our Discord, where you'll be able to chat with us, debate with us, debate with each other, chat with each other. Just don't be a dick. It's kind of the rule.
Yeah.
That's Carl's job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, initial impressions, Mad Max.
No pictures of dicks, though.
It's going to be really hard to post behind-the-scenes photos of us if I have to crop you out of all of them.
Well, I mean, it's an audio-only format. I'm allowed to not wear pants.
No, I'm just saying you're a dick.
That's rude.
Okay, well, I could do better.
Personally, I think you're a fucking idiot.
Yes. Oh man, Mad Max.
Mad Max.
Not
Bad Max.
Bad Max. First impression. There's potential here, and if there was a target they were shooting at, they hit the guy standing behind them.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's my first impression.
First impression. Bad movie, bad acting, bad writing, bad directing, really bad editing, really bad editing. Some half decent stunts, special effects moments, car crashes and explosions and whatnot. Obviously all practical. So that was kind of fun and felt real world because it was clear that it was a practical thing. Yeah. Even if you knew it was a stunt dummy.
They're ramming cars into cars.
Yeah, even if you knew it was like a mannequin that was getting run over with the tires in that scene, it still it felt a little more visceral as a result of it. Yeah, man, like I got so many questions. I don't even know where to start with them, but I would say that's my initial, mostly bad, small redeeming quality. And I'm filled with questions.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's not a lot of good in this.
No.
I
felt like this.
Do we start with the good, or would you crap on it and try and end on a high note?
I already said the good. The good is that there's the action is not always that bad.
I would say the other good thing, and what caused it to have sequels, is that there is something there for a storyline, for something for something intriguing, but that they, like I said in my initial impression, they completely kind of missed the mark on it. But because there's something there hidden beneath the surface that.
But I don't even know what it is. Like what? So what I said when the movie ended was, I feel like I just watched an hour and a half of, I saw moving things on the screen, and I heard some words. And I don't know
something there.
What
is the premise?
I'm saying a thing.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
And I don't know. Like I can't parse the two together. Like I don't know what.
You can't connect the images. And
it felt like they took at times. This sort of changed about halfway through, and it felt a little more like, okay, did they switch editors? Like all of a sudden. It's still not good, but
it got grittier.
At least it just felt congruent. Like there was actually something that you could sort of make sense out of what was going on. But literally, the first half of this movie is like weird cuts and
little story beats,
stuff happening, little weird story beats that have no explanation. You don't understand. They have no explanation. They have no setup. They have no payoff, and they seem to have no consequences on the rest of the story. And you're like, who even was that guy?
Yeah,
I don't know what just happened.
So what I'm trying to get at is, I think the premise of the film is that something that led to the sequel.
So what is the premise of the film?
The premise,
because I don't even know that. There's futuristic
society's on collapse, on the verge of collapse. Like you look, they're in the. Did you see the police station?
Okay, so the police. So
the police station's in ruins. Cars don't look super well maintained. Like,
so this
is like. You watch Mad Max Fury Road, and like it's a wasteland.
Well,
and there are some cars, and there is some like communities, quote unquote.
But I also don't know that it's a wasteland. Like I finished watching Mad Max Fury Road, and all I ended up thinking to myself was, so they're in the Australian like they're in the desert. Like they're just in the desert.
The premise is that it's a wasteland.
Yeah, I know, but you know what I mean? Like so they're in desert the whole time. Well, it's just desert. We don't know that there's not lush cities.
Well, there could be
Elseworld, you know.
It's like Waterworld. In Waterworld, everybody thinks the whole world's water now because the sea levels rose, but really there's land at the North Pole.
What? Waterworld?
South Pole.
Like the
Kevin Costner
amusement park? I haven't seen it.
Oh, well, that's another. It's not great, but
but no, literally. I mean, as far as the setting goes in this film, like they say, like the film comes out in '79. They say a few years from now, right?
you're interrupting my shtick here now. So
Yeah,
let
but
me
not-
finish
but
my thought.
not-
Let me finish my thought.
But not mid-sentence.
Let me finish my thought,
We're
though.
bantering, but there's a
let
difference
me finish
between
my thought.
Okay, but there's a difference between mid-sentence and back and forth banter. But yes, go ahead, princess.
Meh. So
See, this is what
There's
watching a
post-apoc-
bad film does to us.
there's you have your post-apocalyptic films, and this is kind of like verge of apocalyptic film. Like there's which is the something, I think.
But here's the thing.
Because we
Yes.
watched the trailer for the second one,
Yeah.
and the second one is like, okay, this is post-apocalyptic
but
now.
you have post-apocalyptic films. You have apocalyptic films where the apocalypse is actually happening, right?
Yeah.
And then you have this film,
is like-
which falls in the category of every other film which is pre-apocalyptic. Sound of Music is pre-apocalyptic.
No. So
Sure it is. The apocalypse has not happened.
In terms of this film, the apocalypse isn't a grand event. It's like a casual decline.
Yeah, but there's no... Listen,
And they do allude to it in this film. There's mentions of people going crazy and yada, 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 other stuff. And it's really vague.
It's
and like you were
vague.
saying, like... This film expects the person watching it to pick up on a lot of hints and drops and things that aren't obvious. And if you're not like really paying attention, and if you're not like bored out of your skull, then you're gonna miss it. And you do get bored, and it is boring, and so you miss a lot of that stuff.
I think in watching this film, the only way, because I watch it and I think to myself, okay, the cars aren't maintained. Well, yeah, but it's the Australian outback, right? Like, it's hard on cars, and who knows, right? Maybe there's whatever. The police station's in shambles. Yeah, but like all the other places, like
It's beyond
it's kind
shambles.
of it's
dilapidated.
It's kind of just the police station that we really see in that state. And so then I'm like, oh, okay, so whatever. The defund the police thing went through. Like, you know, like, I don't know. But watching it, yes, there are little tiny, super vague hints. But I genuinely believe that if I didn't know anything about Mad Max, right? If it was 1979 and there had been no Mad Max world building outside of this film that came out, me having not seen Fury Road, having not known just in the zeitgeist of film that Mad Max is about a post-apocalyptic kind of thing, I would sit down and watch this movie and not walk out of... I would think, oh yeah, like the it's like real tough times and things are not good and you know, whatever. But I wouldn't walk out of it and go, the world is on the verge of apocalypse.
No, and I don't think that you're supposed to. I think that they're like, when this is made, I feel like I'm defending the film, and I don't want to.
Don't want to.
But there is, I think there is something there, which is why the sequels got made. And I don't think that they made this with a sequel in mind. I think that they made this when they were sitting down, John, about the movie and the premise, and like, well, where does Mad Max go next? That's the next leap. Is this, well, the world's gone to complete crap, like wasteland crap, and yeah. So I do think there is a story there, and there's an interesting something there in terms of kind of how Mad Max goes from being a good cop to Mad Max, and They don't do a great job telling that story, but in that they set up a world that is somewhat interesting enough for a sequel.
Well, I mean,
And that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to defend that.
Yeah, no.
Point
I'm just
anymore.
curious because there's a way of figuring this out.
You have statistical analysis.
No, I'm just looking up Mad Max 2. I'm just looking up the development history of Mad Max 2, right?
Like when it started.
And whether it was like both scripts were finished before the first film came out, type of thing. Following the release of Mad Max, director George Miller tried to develop a rock and roll movie, the working title of which was Roxanne.
Yeah, so he wasn't jumping right into Mad Max 2 then.
After working together on the novelization of Mad Max, Miller and Terry Hayes teamed up in L.A. to write Roxanne, but the script was ultimately shelved. Miller then became intrigued with the idea of returning to the world of Mad Max, as a larger budget would allow him to be more ambitious, he said.
Yeah.
Making Mad Max was a very unhappy experience for me. I had absolutely no control over the final product. I feel like that's blame shifting.
This is a bit of a cop-out.
That's blame shifting. But there was strong pressure to make a sequel, and I felt we could do a better job with a second movie. So even he's like,
not happy with
it's
this
a shit
first
film.
product. Yeah. So I feel like my analysis is probably spot on then. Like, as the novelization, he's working on
I think it's
novelization.
plausible.
He's fleshing out the world, realizing that there is probably a story there to grow into. But yeah, this movie could have been 30 minutes shorter and a lot better.
I'm really curious how this film did in the old pocketbook. So this movie in 1979 was made what? Oh, okay, that's Australian to US. What? Why?
Man, there's some cool cars in this. That motorbike was with the dome sidecar was pretty cool. If you're a car guy, you might like this film a lot.
Maybe. So the film was made for $251,000 in 1979. Right.
Okay.
So a couple million by today's standards. At the box office, it made $100 million.
Wow.
It was largely successful. And I wonder how much of that is...
I would say there's, especially with the pacing of it, this is definitely a film of its time.
I think it's bad even for that. But but why? Why do you think it did so well? What was the draw?
What was the draw?
For $100 million?
See, I would say that this is the kind of film that, unless you're watching it in 79, we can't answer that. Like,
No, I'm speculate.
I am speculating. I'm saying that by our film tastes, what we expect from films today, we're kind of spoiled by good filmmaking and advanced techniques and CGI and all that stuff. And we could probably come up with a list of films made in the same year that we think are better just by Googling it. But I wasn't alive in 79. And I definitely wasn't alive and old enough to watch this film.
No, I know, but
so I would say, like, if you were to ask a film buff who was in their 20s, 30s, 40s, whatever, like an adult in 79, when you watched Mad Max, what was it about the film that you liked or didn't like?
But it's not about whether
they might have really enjoyed it, and they might have good reasons.
No, but it's not about whether people liked it or not. It's so adjusted for inflation, it made $437.5 $437.5 million at the box office, adjusted for inflation.
And in a time when people had to go to the theater to watch.
Which by today's standard is, well, if you want to see a brand new film coming out, you still have to go do that.
But,
right? That hasn't changed.
But like 79, like rental stores weren't that big of a deal yet.
No, but I mean, to go
is what
see,
I'm saying.
to
like,
go
to make
see,
that money.
Right. But to go see a new movie, right? That still has not changed.
Right.
Right.
Sure.
What draws people to, and so that money, even by today's standards, that's a successful film.
Yeah.
For most, what most films have as their budget, that would be a good day at the box office. And so what I'm wondering is, in a time where you don't have the internet to spread word of mouth about a film,
right?
You don't have, and then by extension, you don't have YouTube for people to watch the trailers. The only way someone is seeing an advertisement for this film is a newspaper clipping in their local newspaper for the showtime. If the trailer plays in front of a different movie that they've gone to go see, or if they see the poster out front of the movie theater. Those are the only three ways, really, that someone is finding out about this movie. And so I'm just curious what led that many people. It's not about if the people who saw it liked it.
Right. And Mel Gibson isn't a box office draw name
This
yet.
is second acting credit.
Yeah.
Second acting credit. So no, the star of this film isn't drawing anybody to come see it. And so I'm a little bewildered by that number. And I'm curious, what movie did the Mad Max trailer play in front of? I don't know if I'll get an answer for this. Come on, AI, don't do me wrong.
So I Googled movies that came out in 79. And ones I've seen that when I think of this film and then I compare them to these ones that I've seen. So there's Apocalypse Now. There was
much bigger film.
The Warriors. Mad Max. The Jerk.
Star Trek the motion picture.
Star Trek. Rocky 2.
Yeah.
But I think of like cutting it there. I think of those films. All those films
Alien
have some slower pacing, just like this one does.
Sure, yeah. I'm not arguing the pacing.
Not all, but I would say a number of these films, I'm thinking like Warriors, the storyline, I would say Warriors' storyline is a lot smoother, but not seamless.
Yeah.
Like this one's a pretty jumbled storyline. I like it kind of, I think it lends credence to this is a movie of its time. And while we think it's a crap film, people in 79 probably came out of the theater thinking that was great.
Right. But my question, my question isn't
people went to flock to the theater.
Right. But my question isn't what were they thinking when they got out of the theater? My question is what got them to the theater? Right. I'm just, yeah.
Well, obviously the trailer must have whatever publicity,
I guess, which then just comes down to what film did that trailer play in front of. Right. Because then that would be whatever. Because, yeah, it must have been like, I don't know if everyone went to go see Rocky 2 and it played in front of Rocky 2. Then I'm going, oh, okay, maybe there's something there. Right? And maybe there's something to that. If it played in front of Apocalypse Now, then you're going, okay, then lots of people saw Apocalypse Now, which means lots of people saw the trailer for this.
Yeah. I feel like there's probably more to that than just the trailer that would have driven, like, trailers are a big thing
Yeah.
for, especially back in the day, for driving people to the theater. But I feel like there's still more to it than that, you know, like newspaper and
It's just a
radio
Showtime clipping. Yeah. Just a Showtime clipping
well,
in the newspaper.
radio and TV were
Yeah, but they weren't playing trailers on TV.
no, but you have interviews and news.
Yeah, I don't know
news
what
is still a
I don't know
thing.
what the press junket for something like this would have been. It's hard to say.
Especially back in the 79.
Especially back then with a completely unknown actor.
Right. But
Right?
like,
Nobody cared about interviewing Mel Gibson.
late night show or something like that. Get him on a late night show maybe. I don't know.
Who knows? Anyways,
Yeah.
I mean, we're
I would agree with you. It's like that is especially from our viewing standard of it.
Oh, and Moonraker, we got a Bond film that year,
Yeah,
right?
there you
So,
go.
yeah.
So from our viewing of it, not enjoying it, and then seeing how well it did at the box office, the question being like, yeah, what drove people to the box office is a good question.
Right.
And I think you're right. We're not really going to find an answer for that.
So then the question becomes, well, what is the general opinion of this film? And on Rotten Tomatoes, it has a critic score of 90%.
Really? We're missing something apparently.
An audience score of 70%, which is
Okay.
admittedly lower, but is still considered
high.
fresh.
That's high.
It's still
Yeah.
considered a fresh.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I wonder, the problem with the audience score, right, is that's over 100,000 ratings, and I'm wondering if although a lot of people don't always trust the critic scores, I trust, like, those critic scores is based on 68 reviews.
Yeah.
And those reviews are all within the last, well, they go back to 2002, 2000, January 1st, 2000 is the first critic review.
Okay.
And so although a lot of people tend not to trust a critic score, I myself am sometimes, I kind of flip-flop, but I do often fall in that camp where I'm a little more partial to the audience score.
Oh, I'm usually always.
I do, however, think that it's more likely that a higher percentage of those 68 critics are reviewing this film in a vacuum and just looking at this film versus the percent of the 100,000 plus random everyday Joe Blows that are going, that have seen all three of the originals and are going, oh, because it's Mad Max. Right?
Together,
Mad Max is awesome, even if the film sucks.
When you put it together in an ensemble, then it lifts all high tides lift all ships. Yeah.
I would say it's the same thing. It's the same thing with Terminator. Now, the first Terminator is nowhere near as bad as the first Mad Max, but it's nowhere near as good as the second Terminator. And I think there's a good chance that people view, if you have not seen the first Terminator in a while, that you view it a little more rose-petaled glasses because
I think you're onto something
it's
there.
the Terminator franchise.
The second one definitely elevates the first one.
Yeah. You look back on it and you go, wow, it's the beginnings. It's the humble beginning.
Not just looking back on it, but like it, like legitimately, like the story becomes more appealing.
Yeah.
The characters become more endearing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is like Sarah's journey from here to there.
This is how we get to what we really love.
Yeah.
Right? And so, yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, that's a good point. I like that. I'm wondering, are we dumb? Maybe we're just
collectively,
like
both of us?
Looking at the Rotten Tomatoes score, maybe we're just stupid. Like, maybe this film treats the audience like smart individuals to the point that we don't get it.
I have a huge hot take question for you that is in line with what you're asking.
Does that make sense to you though?
It does,
that
but
premise.
but
maybe we're just so spoiled we don't get a sophisticated film that doesn't take its audience for granted.
So here's the question, and I feel like I'm about to blow your mind. In line with several of the films that you have shown me, and I'm not saying that I think the answer is yes. I'm not saying it's no, but it just popped into my head, and I was like, "Holy shit!" in a handbasket. Is Mad Max satire?
Oh. Like in the vein that RoboCop is.
Is it a futuristic satire cop film? I'm not saying I think it is. But
I think that would be a pretty big stretch.
All the cops are wearing leather jackets and driving muscle cars, and it's pretty over the top just in that. Like, it's a little ridiculous. Like, I don't know how you do that and take yourself seriously.
I would say it's not satire because they're pushing the story in a way where the world's just gotten so bad that this is what cops do. This is how cops. It's like
so kind of like RoboCop.
They need the leathers but not satirically. Like,
yeah, I mean,
this in terms of the story, the cops need that extra. Like, I don't know.
So is Dread satire?
Which one?
Like the Stallone one.
The Stallone one? I would say the Stallone one is a comedy.
Which is not meant to be.
No.
Because you really like the Carl Urban one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a much truer take.
Did you?
on Dread.
This is, and I swear we'll get back on topic, but on the note of like old films that got remakes that were divisive, because there's a lot of people who love the original Stallone one and are like, no, the new one's stupid.
Anybody who likes Judge Dredd from the comics doesn't like the Stallone one.
Well,
But
I would.
I don't. That's,
I would guess
I'm not
most people
saying
who
that your
have
point
seen
is
it
invalid.
don't.
I'm just saying those that don't usually know the character well enough to.
What about Total Recall? I assume you saw the Total Recall remake.
Total Recall was not Total Recall. It was the Total Recall remake was exactly what a remake shouldn't be. Like, they should have named that something else. You know, I've said on this show a number of times, if a lot of these remakes should just give themselves different titles so that they don't have to live up to the standard of the original.
Right.
Like, as soon as you call it Total Recall, okay, now I'm going to judge everything you do from this point, from naming it Total Recall forward, on Arnold Schwarzenegger's Total Recall.
Right.
Everything.
Right.
And the remake Total Recall is garbage by comparison. It's not Total Recall.
Okay. And that's fine. I wanted your opinion.
He doesn't even go to Mars. Like, it's not Total Recall.
That's fine. I wanted
anyway.
your. I mean, I haven't seen either, but so interesting. Like, we were talking about how the second film, or even the third, can elevate the ones that have come before.
Right.
Fury Road makes this a way worse film. Like, Fury Road does not do this film any favors.
Right.
Right? Like, if that is your launching point, if Fury Road is your launching point into this franchise, then I mean, I haven't seen 2 or 3 yet, but I'm guessing everything else pales in comparison. But this one definitely does. So I just thought that was that's an where I'm coming from, because presumably you saw the originals before you saw Fury Road.
I saw this one before Fury. I haven't seen the other 2 yet.
Oh, right. You did mention that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know that Fury Road is meant to be like a soft reboot sequel retelling.
I don't think it even has to be like this.
Well, this is what George Miller said.
Yeah, I know.
It's what the director. It's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I'm saying like this can still be the sequel to Fury Road, right? Like
or the
prequel.
This could,
prequel, yeah. Like this is how.
I mean, except
Mad Max goes from being a loving father and husband to being Mad Max.
Yeah, except
right?
the timeline doesn't work. But
no, I mean outside of the timeline.
Yeah. I'm just so curious because we watched the trailer for the second one.
Yeah.
And the second one does feel much more, like you said, post-apocalyptic. It feels much more in the world of Mad Max. We got, what was the name drop? Dementius or whatever the guy's name is from, who's in Fury Road, right? And so we get the name drop. I just hope that we get to see, whether it's just in flashbacks. I'd take flashbacks, but I just don't want us to go from like, it's Mad Max and things are pretty rough to it's the start of Mad Max 2. At some point, the apocalypse happened and now it's a different film. Right? Because then I'm just kind of like, well, all you did was like, you actually just reinvented the franchise is what you did with the second one. Like you didn't, this doesn't feel like a continuation. This feels like you decided to sidestep and do something pretty different.
You're saying at the beginning of the second one, you're expecting
it doesn't even need to be at the beginning.
A splash paragraph or somewhere in the film, a splash paragraph at the beginning, or some
Max can have bad dreams at night.
Some lore dump about how we got to this point.
Yeah. Because, I mean, that was my question, and there's some people out there I know who don't want an answer to this question. They don't care. But that was a question that I had from the first moment I finished watching Fury Road. I was like, cool. That was really good.
How did we get here?
But how did this happen?
Right.
How is this
I think this
world?
comes back to my unanswered question. Are we stupid? Because so like I think this the kind of to preface this question a little bit further of are we stupid and we just don't get it is like the I don't know, like it was pretty obvious, but like the police station being in shambles, how much of that did you pick up on? Like,
I mean, I saw that it was in shambles.
Pretty obvious.
Yeah.
It was, like,
looked like a bomb had hit the building.
Maybe there's more there maybe there's more in this story that that was kind of like that. It's like setting the stage of the world. Maybe it was because the audio was horribly mixed that we missed out.
So bad.
We missed out on things that people were saying or the radio was saying or whatever that kind of set that stage for the world, built that world out to be the apocalypse I think calling it an apocalypse is the wrong wording. The collapse of civilization is currently happening. All that world building was in this film. It flew over our heads because a lot of films nowadays kind of hold your hand where older filmmakers didn't hold your hand as much.
Right. This is something I don't say very often. And I'm not saying this film specifically, because I don't know that I have the sensibility for like the truck explosions and some of that action and whatever, but simply from an editing, filming, audio mixing standpoint. Adjusted for inflation in US dollars, the film was made for $4.3 million. With $4.3 million, I could make a better movie than this.
Are you thinking like the technology of that day or the technology of today?
Technology.
We recently watched Alien, and Alien also had a lot of audio problems. And it was made the same. It came out the same year.
Yeah, but not in the way this one does.
I don't know. Like Alien had those problems because we went over it. Alien had those problems because you got multiple people in the room and you can't mic them up and the boom arms.
But that's not what I'm talking about in this film. What I'm talking about in this film is the moments where there's two people sitting there having a conversation. You can hear both of them clearly. No issue there. But when we're facing this guy, there's a bunch of background noise that suddenly cuts out when we switch to that guy. Like just bad filmmaking.
Right.
Like just poor filmmaking.
Fair.
Right? Shots where a guy is talking, it cuts away from him. We cut back to him. Now there's a fly on his forehead. And now we cut away from him. We cut back and the fly is gone.
I don't know why that shot's a problem. The fly flew away. What?
That was the best take we had? It's the one where the flies.
It's the fall of mankind. Flies are landing on people's faces.
Yeah, but it wasn't intentional.
He's a weird, creepy, greasy dude. Flies land on weird, creepy, greasy dudes' faces.
You have a lot of issues with flies?
You know who has issues with flies? My wife. She gets like, when they start like buzzing around her and like landing on her,
they go for her?
She gets violent.
Really?
Like violent and vocally aggressive and physically kind of like mostly just like she starts acting really grumpy and I feel like I did something wrong. And I'm like,
could it be both?
Are you okay? She's like, damn flies. And I'm like, oh, it's not me.
Is your wife, and this, I mean that like just, this is purely journalistic. Is your wife a weird, creepy, greasy guy?
No.
Okay, well, it's the fly thing. It's the fly thing, and I'm trying to track with the conversation.
Okay. Not what I'm saying.
I don't know what else to say about this. It's just bad. Listen, I'm charging the listener with a task.
Watch this movie and let us know.
if you're sitting there right now,
you have homework. Watch Mad Max. And let us know what you think.
If you know this film, if you've already seen this film, and right now you're standing there doing the dishes with an earbud in, screaming at the dishes, slamming them down, or you're in your car,
we're stupid,
punching the steering wheel, screaming at your car stereo because we've just completely missed the mark. Please, for the love of God,
help us out.
Reach out to us. Send us a message on Facebook or Instagram and explain to us what the hell is going on, why we're wrong, why this film is worthy of the Rotten Tomato scores that it's gotten.
I think
because we just don't get it.
We must be a little bit stupid and missing the mark somewhere. It's apparently critically acclaimed. Rotten Tomatoes acclaimed.
I think the most shocking thing. The most shocking thing about it is that many of the issues, like the audio issues and the rapid cuts, and there's several issues that we have discussed that are non-negotiable. They're not arguable. They are there. They're there in the film.
Sure.
Which means whatever the genius of this film is that we're missing is so good and so genius that it's more important or impactful or, what, do you know what I mean? Like it overshadows all the other issues.
Right.
It null and voids them.
Or we're just stupid.
Are you ready to score this?
I feel like right now, you know what I feel like? And this is a movie that's on my list. This is a movie that's on my list that you haven't seen. And I feel like we need to watch it next because...
Oh, we're done with Mad Max? I could be done with Mad Max.
I feel like we're the future people from Idiocracy right now talking about Mad Max. For those that have seen
sorry, are you
Idiocracy,
seriously referencing a film that you've just acknowledged I haven't seen, then looking at me, smiling, and waiting for me to laugh and agree with you?
Yes. Yeah, we're definitely the future.
Personally, I think you're a fucking idiot.
Do you know what would have made this film better?
more explosions.
Sean Connery playing Max. No, I'm dead serious.
Yeah, you think
Dead
so?
serious. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Just because the voice would have sold it. Angry Sean Connery? Man. Are you ready to score this thing?
Sure.
Okay. Scale of 0 to 0.5. How would you rank
0 to 0.5.
Mad Freaking Max?
Well, I feel like, given I'm an idiot and apparently I don't get it, and I don't want to be left out in the cold, I'm going to give it a 9, like the critic score on Rotten Tomatoes.
You're dead to me.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm going to give it a 3.5, 3.5.
3.5.
I think, like you said, there's some really fun kind of action shots and then practical effects with the crashes and stuff, and that are done all really well. And I do think that there is something there with the world building, however kind of messily put together it is, that pushed it into a sequel, we'll say. So yeah, that's what I'm giving it.
Okay.
What are you gonna give it?
1.
Oh,
Giving it a 1. There was a moment during this film, towards the end, and then literally leading up to us sitting down and recording, where I had a plan. And my plan was to retroactively bump My Name is Bruce up to a 1.
okay.
So that I could score this film worse.
Okay.
Because I was like, at least My Name is Bruce, like, there was some funny moments.
Right.
I guess.
There was a kind of a coherent story.
Yeah, right. I knew I got what was happening
Right.
in that film. I didn't like it. It was dumb.
Yeah.
But I was following along. I think what makes this film beat out My Name is Bruce, even though I don't know what this film was about, is again there are enough moments where I'm like, holy shit, like, yeah, they wrecked a lot of cars in this movie. Like, this must have been most of the budget went towards, because they didn't hire any writers, that's for sure. Friggin' Magic 8 Ball. Should I make the character say this? Ask again later. Screw it, we don't have time. Yeah, just tell him to say it. Right? Like, so, yeah, but I mean, there's enough action. There's some cool cars. It's not as bad as My Name is Bruce. Like, it's just not.
Right.
And I think maybe we both agree with that, because you gave My Name is Bruce a 2.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. So anyways, a 1. I got to give it a 1. What'd you watch this week?
Seeing as how the last time we talked was
2 days ago.
2 days ago.
What'd you watch in the last 2 days? One Piece?
Mad Men. That's it.
Mad Men?
I've
One
been so
Piece?
busy with house renovations, I haven't had time.
You're never going to get through that show.
That's not. Yeah.
If you focus on your living space and your family instead of shitty anime.
It's a commitment. that show. It's a do or die commitment. That's for sure. Every time I sit down, I usually watch it when I sit down to fold laundry, and every time I do, there's a part of me that goes, oh, there's that new season of Cobra Kai. When am I going to watch it? Oh, but One Piece. I got to finish One Piece. Okay, I'm going to watch One Piece.
The world is just going. I just want you to know that while you're watching One Piece, the world is going to keep going.
Yeah. Yep.
You're going to come out of it. You're going to be in desperate need of a shave and a haircut. There's going to be 2 new Star Wars movies, which at this rate is really impressive or really scary for how long you'll be in that cave. Because the show's not gonna like. What's gonna? So when they drop a new season, is it episode by episode, or they just drop a
No,
season?
it's episode by episode.
Okay.
Like right now, they're going episode by
Okay.
episode through.
Because
Egghead Island.
if they dropped a season, that would be the worst thing. You'd be like, oh, God, I got one more episode, and then 200 new episodes.
no, they don't batch drop them like Netflix series.
Right. Okay. Mad Men. Is it good?
Yeah, we're enjoying it. It's cool watching it. This kind of, it's a period piece
Yep.
show about guys in people in advertising business.
Yep.
So it's pretty interesting. Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Cool.
We're both really enjoying it. Yeah.
Cool.
What'd you watch?
I guess
last
just
2 days.
I guess just more Clone Wars.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Clovis is back in our lives.
Clovis.
And Anakin's not having it.
Yeah.
Not happy about it. But I don't know. They write Anakin entirely differently during the Clovis episodes. They turn him into a real whiny bitch. And so it's just a little, you're looking him up.
Yeah, I'm trying to picture him.
Clovis is Padme's old friend who turns out to be funding separatist projects, and she has to pretend to like him. She has to pretend to go on a date with him to gain information.
All right,
and so he's super sweet on Padme, and Anakin like force chokes him.
Yeah.
So I think that's it.
Cool.
And played a bunch of Rock Band.
Rock
Yeah,
Band.
you hate Rock Band. You hate rhythm-based games.
Yeah.
Because you're not good at them.
Well, when Rock Band first came out, I was on the bandwagon. And then it just started getting ridiculous. And I was just like, this is silly gameplay. Like rhythm-based gameplay.
It's a party game.
It's like
a good party game.
DDR and Rock Band. Like, to me, it's like, it's very turn your mind off and play, in my opinion. And when I
video games were for the longest time. Super Mario Bros.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Yes and no. There are some, more think it through video games out there, even back to some of the retro ones.
But I will say, a game like Rock Band, especially those that can play on like the higher difficulties,
impressive. Yes,
there is no video.
It is a personal preference.
There is no video game out there like Guitar Hero or Rock Band for when it comes to developing, increasing, or displaying reaction time and hand-eye coordination skills.
I would say that RTSs are better. StarCraft, way better.
For reaction time and hand-eye coordination?
Yes.
How?
Yes. Because
I play RTS.
have you ever watched pro level StarCraft? They're doing what do they call them? Inputs per second? Inputs per a minute? Clicks per minute? Something like that. They track how frequently you're like interacting with the game, like pushing buttons, clicking things. Pros play at, I think it's clicks per second. Play at like, no, it's got to be minute.
It's got to be a minute.
But anyway, I got to look it up.
But you're telling me either way.
It's like 200, 300. It's crazy. Like it's way more than what I think would be required for.
Well, look it up.
Star.
And I'll look up my stats. How many notes? And you got to keep talking, dude. It's an audio format.
So you're on the mic too. So here, I'll just read this. A new player in StarCraft, after about a week's play, can manage perhaps 20 actions per minute, APM. A programmer will be looking to maintain around 180 actions per minute, though they can reach peaks of 1,000 in battles in game. This is equivalent of clicking the mouse or pushing a button up to 17 times every second. And that's not just, and then on top of that, they have to, in terms of like dexterity, they have to precisely click on what they want to click on with the mouse. So you're talking small things on the screen. They're clicking because.
Yeah, but you're talking about precise timing with Rock Band.
Hang on. So there's that on top of also managing a number of other things in their head at once. There's a lot going on.
Sure, like, but that's not hand-eye coordination.
In Rock Band, you've got one thing coming down you got five bars coming down the screen that you're having to do, and you've got some memorization to help with that.
Memorization?
Memorizing what's coming next.
I guess. I mean, right. Unless you're playing on Expert, in which you literally only have time to look at what is currently hitting the bottom.
Yeah, but there's a muscle memory, a memorization of
sure.
This button, then back to this, and these combinations. Where StarCraft is completely okay. I have a build plan for my base, but I'm still flying by the seat of my pants in terms of the battle because I don't know what my opponent's going to do. I have to act and react and change my battle plan, and like I would say they're vastly different games in terms of.
I think they're very different.
What you would need to be able to succeed.
But we're not talking like with the base building and the plan and all the other things that you're thinking about. That's not hand-eye coordination.
I'm saying
cognitive. I know, but my original statement was hand-eye coordination.
Right.
And reaction time. And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'd need those things for StarCraft on top of a bunch of other stuff. Which is why I'm saying StarCraft would be in its own league above. Anyway, we're not the Gaming Men podcast. We're the Movie Men podcast.
Thank you so much for listening. Make sure you check out our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter listed all down below. We have a Patreon page with a new
Discord.
And we have merch.
Yeah. You could get on Discord and tell us what kind of merch you want. And maybe we might make it happen. Maybe we won't. But you won't be able to know until you get on Discord and talk to us.
You're a friggin' mess.